Barakatah Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rachakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders in Great Millstone who rule well, teach well with sincerity, honesty, and integrity. Brothers laboring this truth, putting their life on the line, especially in these times. Salutations to you brothers and you brothers and sisters believing this truth wholeheartedly and sincerely. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Alright, I pray this lesson is edifying to the flock and to the sheep. It's going to be just a real quick one. But this is just, we're going to talk on the regard of, we're going to talk about how, what is to come for Esau Edom, man. You see, because Esau Edom, he's in his reign right now. He's in his age. He's in his world, his aeon, his rulership, his kingdom. But see, we're seeing the destruction, the downfall of his kingdom right before our eyes. And it's happening via the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, and we're in beautiful times, man. We know we're at the end of this thing, man. We just gotta endure much longer. We gotta endure for a little bit much longer, but we there, man. Our salvation is nearer than we believe. Look up high, our redemption is nigh. All right, roughly paraphrasing. That's why we will continue to keep on prophesying the downfall of America and Esau Edom's hegemony, in his kingdom. All right, and we're in great, beautiful times because you're seeing these certain things that they putting together that we know that's the end of prophecy. That's the end of times. All right, that's those prophecies in the end of times. All right, so we'll grab a few scriptures, then we're gonna end it. We're in beautiful times, man. But now more than ever, we got to get our ish together. We got to set our houses in order. Because we want to be found worthy when the Lord pull up. All right, so let me grab these few scriptures, then we will end it. Something I was just meditating on. Let me grab this one real quick. Yeah, beautiful times, man. Beautiful times we're in. Psalms 50:3, it reads, "Our power shall come and shall not keep silence. A fire shall devour before him, and it shall be very tempestuous round about him." All right, so we know the Lord is coming with his hosts. Yahweh Shai, Michael and the archangels and his hosts, the angels. They coming, to recompense Esau for all of what he done. And when you go into the word recompense, is payback. So Esau is going to receive his reward, and all these other kingdoms as well, who had a hand in the downfall of Israel, of Jacob. You see, and the Lord is coming back to recompense, right? Starting with the lasers from the chariots and the thermal, the ICBM missiles, the intercontinental ballistic missiles, man, them thermonuclear missiles. All right, it's going to be shot off throughout the four corners of the earth. All right. So this is we're in beautiful times. He shall call to the heavens from above and to the earth that he may judge his people. All right. See, so the Lord is coming to put in work, man. All right. He's coming to put in work. Let me grab this one real quick. And this is the quick one. Psalms 18:7. Then the earth shook and trembled. The foundations also of the hills moved, was shaken, because he was wroth. All right. There went up a smoke out of his nostrils, and fire out of his mouth devoured. Coals were kindled by it. All right. And ultimately, man, let's see, I can keep going. Let's keep going. Matter of fact, Psalms 18 said he bowed, and coals was kindled by it. He bowed the heavens also and came down, and darkness was under his feet. And he rode upon a cherub and did fly. Yea, he did fly upon the wings of the wind. He made darkness his secret place. His pavilion round about him were dark waters and thick clouds of the skies. As the brightness that was before him, his thick clouds passed, hailstones and coals of fire. The Lord also, Salaki, matter of fact, he made darkness, Salaki, hold on 2 seconds. He made darkness his secret place, his pavilion round about him were dark waters and thick clouds of the skies. At the brightness that was before him, his thick clouds passed, hailstones and coals of fire. The Lord also thundered in the heavens. You see? And the highest gave his voice, hailstones and coals of fire. All right, yeah. He sent out his arrows and scattered them, and he shot out lightnings and discomfited them. All right, so let's keep on going. It says, then the channels of waters were seen, and the foundations of the world were discovered at thy rebuke, O Lord, at the blast of the breath of thy nostrils. All right, but you can equate this also to Esau, Edom. You know what's going to happen to him when the Lord, because what the scripture says, he's going to behold, matter of fact, I'm going to grab that one in Isaiah real quick. Isaiah 66 and 15. It reads, for behold, the Lord will come with fire, right? So the same sentiment we just was reading, right? For behold, the Lord will come with fire, all right, and with his chariot like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. You see? So he's going to come with the host, the chariots, and also the thermonuclear missiles, the lasers from the chariots, right? That concentrated fire, all right? It reads, for by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. All right, so that's what that's what Esau Edom has coming to him, man. Right? That's what, especially here in America, when you go, right? It's in Revelation. We can get hit. Revelation 18:1, and reads, and after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mighty with a strong voice, saying, Babylon, the Babylon the great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have fornicated. And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through her abundance of her delicacies. Right? And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not her plagues. And those plagues is those thermonuclear missiles, man, and them lasers from the chariot, man. You see? Because why? And then the elect is gonna, when you go on Matthew 24, is gonna be gathered, right? They're gonna be gathered. They're gonna be they're gonna escape by going into those chariots, right? Beamed up into those chariots, man, to the heavenly spaceships, man. All right. And why is this place going to receive all the things that's going to be like that fire, right? That destruction, right? It's because right here, for her sins. And if you can receive it, that Babylon, right? That when we read up further up, the great Babylon, the great is here in America. All right. It says, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua have remembered her iniquities. All right. And you know, the Babylonians. How was America become great? Because off the backs of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. That's how America became great. That's how Babylon became great, man. Right? And so he that touches the apple, right? What's the scripture talk about? You touch of the apple eye. Let's get it. Let's just get it, Salakia. Don't want to ruin it, but that'll be my last precept. I'm gonna just go in here. Zechariah 2:8 reads, for thus saith the Lord of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you, for he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye. All right, so the Lord is gonna pay back Babylon for all the bullshit that America done did to you so-called Negroes, natives, so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and Latinos, man. All right, the Lord has a great judgment coming for you. All right, so that's why we can be here. We can spiritually, we have a certain spirit on us. Yes, we're preparing ourselves for the battle, right? Because we know it's only get worse before it get better, right? However, we got to go through Jacob's trouble. But however, we know there's an end coming. We see that end has come, right? When you go in Ezekiel 7 and we have vision and and I was just listening to the brothers. That was beautiful. He was like, man, we see beyond even the destruction. We see the kingdom. We see salvation. We see the kingdom. All right. We see a place that, that was prepared for us, man, and that we can't even fathom. We can only imagine. All right. So, man, we're in the beautiful times, man. So this is the time right now is to get, like I said, get our issue in order and is to keep our eye on the prize, man. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. Shalom to the whole